Well, hello there. Welcome to On the Beat, the podcast that uncovers full frontal male nudity in cinema. My name is Laura, and I am joined by my Siamese twin, Ryan.
What?
From the movie we're going to talk about, Siamese twin.
Oh, were they Siamese twins?
I don't know if that was a joke or not.
That is a particular, that's a detail that escaped me if that was ever said in the movie.
Said it a few times. Just wasn't sure if that was...
Well, they were
real or because they were just
they were
so
awfully
close.
well. They were awfully close. Yeah, they were a bit close.
We are going to talk about the 2003 romantic drama, The Dreamers, directed by Bernardo Bertolucci.
Yeah,
Starring Michael Pitt, Eva Green, and Louis Garrel. The synopsis that I pulled from Letterboxd is: when Isabel and Teo invite Matthew to stay with them, what begins as a casual friendship ripens into a sensual voyage of discovery and desire in which nothing is off limits and everything is possible.
wow.
Including incest. Okay.
Everything is on the table in this drama.
The tagline is, together, nothing is impossible. Together, nothing is forbidden.
Ooh,
including your
that's
sister.
That's a little closer. Yeah, aye. With all due respect, yeah, you should not be having sex with your sister.
He didn't have sex with his sister.
He didn't, but he was doing stuff. Here's the thing: you say Teo, but like it's spelled Theo.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is what I was calling him.
It's French.
I was like, oh, his name was Theo. Yeah, I know, I get it. Yeah, no, you shouldn't be having sex with your siblings. You weirdos.
Well, when they look as good as Teo and they look as good as Eva Green, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, Eva Green is a sight to behold. She is beautiful. I was wondering about the timing between this movie and when she was in Casino Royale as well, and I wanted to figure out the timing of those.
Well, this is technically her on-screen theatrical debut. Officially.
Well, then it can't have been. Must have been. Then
it is.
Maybe it was like 2000. This was 2003. I think that was 2006.
Yeah.
That's probably what that is.
She was also in The Piano Teacher, but she was uncredited, which was before this.
Oh, the
Haneke?
The fucking Haneke movie?
Yes.
With that one's a fucking... She's in that?
Yeah, but she's uncredited. So...
weird.
Right.
I fucking love The Piano Teacher.
Yeah, it's incredible.
That movie is fucking wild. Right, okay, interesting. Well then, yeah, I mean, I'll do a wee gander.
You want to tell us about Bernardo Bertolucci?
Yes, let's get that.
Because this is our
first
first Bertolucci. I think that there will be more Bertolucci's.
Read that top part there and see it. They've got the phonetic saying of it, like his
Bertolucci. Yeah, Bertolucci.
But yeah, it's just like in bold capitals for like the accentuate. It's just got Lou in capitals, which I thought was funny. Anyway, so Bernardo Bertolucci is an Italian film director and screenwriter with a career that has spanned more than 50 years.
Because he's dead.
He's dead, yeah. He died in 2018. I know that one at least.
Yeah.
It says here he was the protege of Paolo Pasolini.
Aww.
I mean, that makes an awful lot of sense. But he's also responsible for Last Tango in Paris as well.
Yeah, it's hard not to talk about that. I know we'll talk about Last Tango a little bit, but I think we'll save it for an uncut Last Tango episode at some point, because I do think that Marlon Brando gets his dick out, but I've never found a version where that is true.
That's a truly problematic picture.
Exactly, which is why this film being the success that it was is surprising considering the catastrophe that happened post Last Tango in Paris.
Yeah, I always felt like it felt weird that The Dreamers got such a kind of warm welcome after the whole Last Tango fiasco.
Yeah.
He did write the story for Once Upon a Time in the West, and that's I love that movie. Sergio Leone's, his Western epic.
Sure, whatever. Not
Whatever.
interested.
It's fucking phenomenal. So good.
Boring.
Well, would you be interested in Once Upon a Time in America?
No.
Okay.
But the West is
still
also
real good.
America.
And
Boring.
he's also responsible for The Conformist in 1970. We've mentioned Last Tango in Paris from 1972. Other things I know I've seen: The Last Emperor, 1987. The Sheltering Sky is real fucking good, 1990. He did a film called Little Buddha in 93. And then there's a handful more. I'm just kind of picking and selecting. He did The Dreamers, obviously, in 2003. Besieged in 98. Just wanted to say that. And his last film, it looks like, was Me and You in 2012. Yeah. So he's got like a smattering of like short films and stuff. Nothing crazy, but yeah, no, that's him. Unless you've got something else to add.
Oh, I'm sure I do, but not specifically about his filmography.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
I wasn't gonna
say everything.
You know, my own research.
Yeah, I just wasn't gonna say everything about Bertolucci, and I say that Last Tango was a problematic movie, as you know, it definitely is. So you know, there's some shit going on.
I wrote a little bit more about it later, but that we can get into. Yeah. But the film The Dreamers is inspired by the 1988 novel The Holy Innocents by Scottish writer Gilbert Adair, which is about three young cinephiles, two French siblings, and an American stranger, which is what this is about. The themes of the book were inspired by a 1929 novel called Les Enfants Terribles, The Holy Terrors, written by Jean Cocteau.
Okay.
And Gilbert Adair also wrote the screenplay. So...
Okay.
So in terms of casting, Leonardo DiCaprio was offered the role of Matthew, which is Michael Pitt's character, but turned it down because he was in pre-production for The Aviator.
Ooh.
And
The Aviator. I wonder, because he's kind of...
2004.
I think Michael Pitt's a better choice, personally. I think at that time...
Well, what do you think about the possibility of that character being played by Jake Gyllenhaal?
Let me think. You know what? It would be nice to see him, but I still think Michael Pitt was the better choice, personally. Jake
was initially cast for the role of Matthew, screen tested alongside Eva Green. And Bertolucci started having some doubts because he considered Jake to be a very meticulous actor who would want to know everything, want explanations.
Okay.
So every time that there was a scene a little bit sexy, Bertolucci said he could see himself trying to explain it every single time, and it became impossible. So they decided to part ways. And Jake was understanding about it just because he was feeling a little bit uncomfortable about the extent of the nudity.
Right.
And I guess it just wasn't the right fit for him. So he departed.
I mean, yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal is Jake Gyllenhaal, you know, and Michael Pitt is Michael Pitt, you know.
Michael Pitt is the indie boy of the early 2000s.
And I say that lovingly as well, because obviously Gyllenhaal has gone on to make some pretty huge names, as big, you know, huge films, and become a household name and stuff like that. I mean, Michael Pitt isn't on the tip of your tongue a lot of the time, but it's probably because he has stayed within the indie scene more so as kind of moving more into the mainstream.
Yeah. Michael Pitt said that when he met Bertolucci, his impression of him was basically that he loved Kurt Cobain, loved Nirvana, and he really enjoyed the films of Harmony Korine. Michael Pitt and his band, under the name Jimmy Pitt in the Twins of Evil, performed the song Hey Joe cover for the soundtrack of the film, and that song is playing over the bathtub scene.
I see.
Mm-hmm. In the book, in the novel, which I am desperate to read, I need to get a copy of it. There's a lot more. Well, there's no gay sex in this film, but there is in the book.
Oh, right. Interesting.
Tons.
Okay.
So Bertolucci cut out the gay sex and emphasized more of the straight portion of it. It was in the original script, But he
Okay.
decided to take it out. So rather than kind of a menage a trois drama with a touch of homosexuality, we're left with just like a sad American man who has, well, he's not too sad. A regular American dude who has sex with a beautiful French girl,
It,
and her brother watches.
yeah, that's one of the main gripes I have with the film in general is the fact that there's not enough of the gay stuff.
And it's so teetering on the edge of it because there's that choking scene. And
It
it's
is,
like
yeah.
gets close. I mean, it's okay, but there could have been a little bit more of it, in my opinion.
You could
Could have been
push
a
it.
lot
You
more.
could push it just like a little bit further. Certainly, if it's in the original story, because to be honest, it kind of leave like that portion of it, and it's not because like I'm raving for for that sort of thing.
I am.
But at the same time, it's kind of you're like the story's not complete, or at least it doesn't feel complete to me because it doesn't make. Yeah, I like the fact that the original story has that element to it because it makes sense. It feels like there's always something missing in this story, unfortunately, that Bertolucci, shows us.
Yeah, I agree. He attempted to defend the deviation from the novel by saying, the gay sex was in the first script, but I had a feeling it was just too much stuff. It became redundant. Which I
thought
don't know
the film was in.
how.
I don't know how it would be redundant.
No.
I mean, what do you do at that point? Do you pick the better of the sex scenes? Because the thing is like once Eva Green and Michael Pitt start having sex, they're having sex a lot, and you don't get to see much of because I can't remember his actor name, but Tio, like you don't really get him to seeing like doing an awful lot. He doesn't seem to do. You don't get to see him do much.
No.
But the fact that you get little hints of it is kind of also like a weird little tease. And to me, I'd be like, well, just take out some sex with Ava Green, and pop in a bit of the gay action.
Because I think that would make for a more interesting dynamic anyway.
And well, it kind of feels like it also feels like it's absent,
Yeah.
because you're like the story is going in that direction. So you've already set these characters up. Are like they're joined at the hip. They're like Siamese twins, like all this sort of thing, and they're separated at birth. Why wouldn't they behave the same way towards the Matthew character?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they? It's like it just doesn't make any sense. But yeah, anyway, it's my main gripe. My main gripe with the film.
I agree. And Bertolucci thought that it would help the actors get more comfortable with the extent of the nudity if they would get completely nude long before the actual shot so that they can kind of get used to being naked around one another.
Is it maybe that Bertolucci was maybe a little, like a tiny bit homophobic? Or at least like at the time in 2003, he deemed it, the reason it wouldn't be as good a film as if we put the gay stuff in.
I don't know. I mean that he
That's
never
how it reads
said
to me, because someone of his caliber, find it weird that like it succeeds in the original story, and then just wouldn't be a part or enough of a part of the film. It doesn't make any sense to me when it really like it adds to the story.
makes it more marketable
well,
in my book.
Yeah, it does make it more marketable. Because I mean, think about it. Like Brokeback Mountain, when did that come out? Is that before this or after this?
After.
So yeah, I mean, gay cinema doesn't really come into
Not too long after 2005.
Yeah, gay cinema, like in the mainstream, like it's in your, like your mum's watching a review of it on the BBC News and she's like appalled by it. Like that sort of mainstream. Yeah, no, like, yeah, well, I mean, that makes sense, maybe. Maybe it's a marketing thing. I think it's all a marketing thing.
But then it's an NC-17, and it's like...
Well, yeah, because there's
that
plenty
doesn't-
of vagina and there's plenty of cock for what's there. I mean,
I know,
there's
but
plenty
this
going on.
this played in regular cinemas, and that hadn't happened since like no one really goes for the NC-17 is okay with that label. They usually go with it's an unrated film, but like Orgasmo was one of the last ones to do it, and that was 1997.
Yeah. Well, it just, again, to me, yeah, they just, everyone, like the Western world at least, is going to have a problem with homosexuality forever. Like, that's it.
You're already throwing
know?
a ton of dicks into this, so why not just go the full hog? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Hog. Okay, so the backdrop of this film is like late 1960s Paris during the student uprisings. The cinemas are screening Godard, Bresson, and all the Hollywood classics. And this is kind of like where characters meet and what they're interested in and why they become best of friends.
Cinephiles.
Movies.
Ugh. Yeah.
And a lot of the movie is intercut with portions and clips of the films that they're kind of reenacting, and they're always playing these little jokey games like guess the movie, by this little thing that I'm doing.
Yeah, I guess the movie, and then, well, we'll get into that. We'll get into the forfeit situation soon enough. It's basically at the very heart of it is, three youths, three dreamers, so to speak. So, they're very idealistic to a certain extent. They've really swallowed into the filmmaking machine, to the point where they're a little bit pretentious. But yeah, basically the fuel for the movie is politics and movies and films. So there's plenty of references. I mean, they even reference Freaks. That 1932 movie, that fucking film's great.
One of us.
I was trying to remember because there's a reference of that in another movie, and I was trying to figure it out. Maybe I can figure it out before the end of the episode. If Josh was here, he would know straight away. And I think I have an idea who I think Brad Dourif might be saying it, or someone else is saying it, or someone looks a little bit like Brad Dourif.
I believe that you can find the answer to this. I believe in you.
Yeah, I hope so.
You have time.
You just want me to get past it. But they reference all sorts of other stuff. Obviously, there's Top Hat, Band Apart, the other Godard movie, Breathless, A Bout de Souffle is also referenced in the movie
New
as
York
well.
Herald Tribune.
Yeah, some very classic stuff in there, which is nice.
I've seen some of those too.
You have, yeah.
Look at me watching black and white movies.
Well done.
I watched Breathless after I watched the Richard Gere one. I did. That's true.
Yeah.
I did not see the Godard Breathless.
We could have easily gotten past that entire conversation without having to bring up the fact that you're adamant about, like, I don't like watching old movies. Scarface is also referenced in the movie too.
I haven't seen that either.
The original 1936 version of Scarface, I think it is. I think it's 1936. Well, you're only interested in the Al Pacino one, which I'm not even interested in.
Didn't
really
De
not
Palma
interested
do that?
at all. Yes,
I love De Palma.
It's just I'm just like I take issue with a lot of stuff in that movie. But anyway,
I think it's fun.
I have issues with Al Pacino, but anyway.
What?
Yeah.
Dunkachino?
Dunkachino.
What the hell are you talking about?
I don't like his voice and just the way he does it. Like, it makes me feel uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, I mean, he is... He probably shouldn't have been playing that role, to be fair.
Yeah, and they also, they brown him up a little bit.
That is true, too.
And you're just like...
Yeah.
They've went to an awful lot of effort to get to this point, and it's just, and then the affect as well.
Yeah.
And Oliver Stone wrote it too, and I'm like, okay,
Michelle Pfeiffer.
It's exactly what. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's problematic. Like Last Tango in Paris, for example.
Exactly. So. Yeah. I don't think that there is time enough in the world to go through every single dick scene in this movie, but I did my best to write them all down. So the very first one comes in at about 31 minutes, 31 seconds into this motion picture where the siblings are in their shared bathroom, kind of doing their morning routine, when Matthew walks in and decides to brush his teeth with his finger since he had accidentally pissed on Teo's toothbrush the night before because he likes to pee in sinks. And I get it. Sometimes maybe the washroom is separate from the toilet because that happens. That happened in our flat in Scotland. The toilet was in a completely different room than the washroom. And if I don't know.
It's because it's an old building, and when they first installed the pipes, because the pipes are really difficult to replace when you have to go through that much concrete. Yeah, they have separate water lines. So that's all.
So Teo's brushing his teeth with a pissy toothbrush, and then Teo gets into the bath, and he's kind of washing himself down, and then you can see him.
He's kind of doing like a whore's bath, you know?
Yeah.
Like just in a bigger sink, like in a bath.
Well, I guess because he
obviously.
didn't want to do a whole bath. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's weird.
He's got stuff to do.
Aye, he's got stuff to do.
It's a busy man.
Like, how long does it take you to wash?
Well, if I'm doing a whole bath,
Everyone's going around being a fucking stinky bastard.
it takes forever if you're gonna do a whole bath.
Yeah.
You could just do a little rinse.
I don't know, man. Anyway.
You could fit 3 people in that tub. It's huge. You've got plenty of space to do a bath.
Yeah, you
and
do.
a wash.
Aye, one of the most famous moments in the movie as well, when they're all in that bath.
But you can see him. You can see his penis in the mirror. Boom. Reflection.
There's a lot of
penis reflections.
there's a lot of reflections and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, well, like trifold mirrors and stuff where you can see everyone in their own little piece of the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Filmmaking.
And it's good. It's a really nice looking film.
It is. That is true.
I'm not gonna lie. It's a really nice looking film. But yeah, no, I like all that mirror stuff because it reminds me of old films.
Well,
is the use of mirrors. And certainly film noir. That's a staple of film noir. Is a good old mirror shot. It makes for interesting frames. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He utilizes it very well.
Yeah.
This next scene doesn't have any mirrors in it, and this is probably the most intense one.
Is this the dick pic one?
Yeah, the dick pic one.
Yeah. Because we just glossed over all the hard wanking as well.
Oh, I mean, we could. So there is
and like Ava Green wipes the semen off this picture of
we could go back and say
Marlene Dietrich. No, I was just going to highlight it because
okay.
people need to do they need to watch it?
Yeah,
that's in debate. But anyway,
I think so.
They can't. Yeah, they should watch it if they like films and they're not scared by certain taboo taboo shit going on.
I mean, this is very light taboo anyway. It's not like disgusting taboo.
It's still pretty messed up though. You shouldn't be sleeping naked with your sister.
No.
That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, we glossed over the hard wanking, which you don't really see any. You see his pounding fist.
He said that was his real sounds when he was wanking off. He said the fapping sounds were real.
Okay.
Just saying.
What does that mean? Was he actually wanking?
Maybe. All he said was that the noises were real. So, turn up your TV extra loud.
I'd find that really hard to do.
Maybe he did too.
Yeah. I mean, he's looking at a picture of Marlene Dietrich. I would need a little bit more.
1968?
Well, how old was he? He must have been... They can't be any more than, 19? If that?
Yeah.
So, plus we're in France, so like I think everything's legal. It's weird. But I think they're about 19 because they're in university. But 1968. Yeah, you're probably so horned up you just can't control yourself anyway because everything's sexy already.
Yeah.
And there's Michael Pitts just like smoldering off to the side and stuff like that, and and obviously you've got a weird attraction to your sister. You're like, oh, she's hot. So I mean, you're probably just ready to pop.
Well, it was part of a game, and he had to fulfill the terms.
It's so messed up. Like he looks at his sister, and he's just like, she's attractive.
Okay, let's move on.
This must be weird, though, right?
Yeah, Ryan, it is weird.
Yeah.
She pokes him in the butthole with a feather duster. I mean, there's a lot to unpack here.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, this scene with the dick pic. This was the prior forfeit that he had to deal with. He couldn't guess the movie,
which was Scarface. But I mean, how are you going to guess that? You can't.
Well, I think they were trying to make it deliberately difficult so that they did this
So
whole
this
thing.
is 53 minutes and about 56 seconds into the movie. So yes, Michael or Matthew, my bad, does not guess the movie, and so he has to do a dare basically, and it's
Yeah.
whatever they choose, which he never agreed to the terms of any of these games, so it's a bit unfair.
Well, there was one prior, and it made like Eva Green started dancing naked, and then Michael Pitt left the room. So we've kind of established that these kids like to pull a prank.
Yeah.
So which makes you also kind of think, because you're kind of second guessing as well, because when you have them together, they're incredibly immature.
They seem underdeveloped.
100%.
But there is also no backstory or any type of tips given through the film to let you decide that. It's just that they're kind of weird siblings.
It kind of makes it
But you would imagine
scarier.
that there would have been some sort of information regarding their parents or why they are seemingly so childlike.
I mean, it would also explain how they behave when they catch them later on in the movie.
Yes.
Where kind of they're just like, let them deal with it, But certainly a lot of Eva Green's behaviors and stuff in the film are very juvenile. So that's kind of how she won't allow the sex in her own bedroom and, a bunch of other things and stuff like that. Like some of the things that she says. So yeah, like they play a certain record, she has a freak out. There's a lot of signs, a lot of flags being raised.
You think there's red flags? Yes. There's quite a few.
Anyway, we're back at the forfeit.
And the dare essentially is that Matthew has to have sex with Isabel.
Yeah.
And he and Teo gets to watch. That is what they have to do. And they basically force Matthew to do this. And they're pulling his trousers down in the kitchen. Like he's hiding in the kitchen and they kind of wrangle him up. And he's so stressed about this thing by being held by force while his trousers are getting taken down that he passes out. And he has to get slapped back into consciousness while Teo has his hand around his wingus and Eva Green is just looking at his dick. And while they have his trousers down, she finds a picture of herself that he had stuffed down his underwear a little bit earlier. So it was just kind of sticking to his...
Yeah, maybe everyone's a juvenile here. Maybe everyone's kind of a little bit,
But that's the dick pic. I thought that
was
was pretty funny. Yeah.
It was kind of weird.
She said something like, "Oh, it's so sweet that you want to have me so close to your balls." The picture of her. But
stuck to there.
There is
it's
just
a sweaty photo.
This whole exchange is incredibly gross. Maybe.
Probably, yeah.
I don't like that it's in the kitchen, on the kitchen floor.
It's not the most hygienic thing to be doing in the kitchen, but yeah.
There's a lot. There's so much happening. I can't beat by beat do this scene. It's really weird. But yeah, there's a lot of...
You see Michael Scott, like Michael Scott.
Pitt. You keep doing that. It's going to get people confused.
It's going to confuse people. Michael Pitt's, you see it an awful lot over the course of the scene.
Close-ups and different hands, different people's hands, different angles, shapes and sizes, all sorts.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's great. It's a great scene because you also have the brother making eggs.
Yeah.
While this is happening, and the cigarette play in this movie is incredible. Top tier cigarette smoking.
There's the red cigarettes.
Cool. So cool.
So French.
So French and cool. So much wine and cigarette.
They're communist. They're
my wine and my cigarettes.
They're Soviet cigarettes.
So Michael Pitt said, regarding the nudity, I'm going to go into my whole nudity spiel. In America, I think it's basically the insecurity of the guys at the studio. A bunch of old men who feel uncomfortable if they see, for example, a young guy without clothes. And before the first nude scene, Michael Pitt said that Louis Garrel stripped naked and ran through every room screaming, which he thought helped loosen everyone up a bit. And he said that pretty much the only person who was left uncomfortable was me. He also said that it's tough for an American actor because it can be looked upon very badly. It's a serious risk to take in your career, risky with the studios, with the public, and it's looked down upon in American culture, which culturally, I suppose, but that's stupid. Anyway, it could be perceived not as work but as pornography, and he said that every time he was nervous about it, he would remind himself that he was going to be a part of something that was going to change those attitudes, and he doesn't agree with those values. And he's like, it's totally fine someone getting their head blown off in America, in a movie, and you just can't show the human body. And he says that says something about the culture, which, obviously we know that.
Obviously, yeah. I mean,
but in Europe,
within Europe, Europe has grown up with that because there's all that. There's so much art. There's so much symbology, like the way how important that stuff has become through the course of history and things like that. So people are, obviously even in the UK, as conservative as it is, like they still have Page 3, on the Sun and stuff like that, and you can buy the Daily Star and see a pair of boobs and stuff whenever you want, like, maybe a little bit more lopsided. They're not really massive on the whole homosexuality thing. But, no.
America was founded by a bunch of prude Europeans, all right?
Pretty much. That's why they left.
And then they came in.
They couldn't deal with David. And they were like, we'll go find our own conservative nest
and then they killed everyone that lived here and killed all the native wildlife.
That's how much they didn't want to see tits and dick at home.
Yeah.
Like, that was it. That's all it came down to.
Prudes. Shame on them.
Aye.
Yeah. Ava Green said
on this the 250th year of this country.
Oh, right. Well, this is coming out later, so everyone's patriotism.
Funny, man.
So Ava Green said that it was as though I was wearing a costume while we were making the film. It was as if I had another story in my mind, so I was left speechless. And this is regarding when she saw the rough cut for the first time. Like, she wasn't expecting it to be as much on Front Street as it was, all the nudity. She said that Bernardo can be manipulative, but at the same time, he makes you feel very free. And she said it was a real exchange of ideas.
Everyone does really well in the film, though. That's the thing. There's not a bad performance in the bunch.
No.
Like, at all. Like, they are phenomenal performances. So, I mean, it's like, it's as solid a film as they come. It's just there's all those rough edges and stuff you have to deal with. I don't know why she didn't understand that it wouldn't be that sexy, because it doesn't look like Bernardo. He did any coverage. A lot of those scenes are oneers, so I don't know if he did coverage. Because some of the shots, the cinematography and stuff like that, they were real good in that movie. Yeah. Like, really good. Like, it's been directed by like a director.
I don't even know the rough edges that you're talking about, other than
the story stuff.
Not as much gay stuff as we want.
The story stuff, like the story content. Like, that's the stuff I have issue with. Because the film is like solid. It's a really technically well made film.
Ava Green's mother, father, and agent begged her not to star in the film because they were scared, quote, that I would have the same destiny as Maria Schneider, who famously played opposite Marlon Brando in Last Tango in Paris.
Oof.
A film which gifted Bertolucci a 4-month suspended sentence, had his civil rights revoked for 5 years, and left him unable to vote.
Yeah.
Banned.
Mm-hmm.
Straight banned. And this is the last thing I'm going to say about Last Tango, but because we will bring this up in the future.
Okay.
But Marlon Brando said he left feeling raped, quote, by the film, and Maria Schneider called Bertolucci a gangster and a pimp. And we can talk about the butter scene in another episode. That's for another time.
Okay.
The butter rape.
Yeah, it's really kind of messed up.
The last thing I have to say about this particular scene in the film The
what a
Dreamers,
Downer.
for this particular one, it was dirty feet with socks and socks with holes. Dirty feet sex and socks with holes. Because he panned down and you saw those dirty old feet. Nasty socks during the sex scene. And it was
Also,
super gross.
you only pan across, it's tilt down.
Okay, then he panned across the dirty feet and the socks with holes.
Yeah. See, that makes more grammatical sense.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I did a lot more writing about the first, and then I just started watching the movie after this. But the third dig scene that I mentioned is an hour and 8 minutes through about an hour and 16 minutes. So this is the bathtub scene. And
this is when they get out. It's when they try to shave these pubes.
Yeah, he gets really absurdly upset about them trying to shave his pubes.
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
He's like, "What do you want me to be?
For it,
what do you want me to be, a little boy? Like, calm down." She also wanted to put lipstick on him because she's a bit of a child, you know. And maybe she does want him to be a little boy or a little girl.
Maybe that's like, is that the making of a pedophile? Were they a couple of pedos? Potential pedos?
Couple of peepees?
Oh man, that's fucked up. Anyway, yeah, well they had issues with them. But yeah, the shaving of the pubes. But you see them getting out of the bath. Well, obviously the bath is full of period. For some reason.
There's what is it called when you break your hymen? Like there's blood.
Oh, that fucking happens in the movie as well, which even makes you think even more because that's how fucked up it is. You're like,
Hymen
oh my god,
blood.
they're literally children because she's a virgin.
I mean, she can be a virgin at 19, 20, 21. That's still a young age.
In fucking 1960s Paris, and she's a cinephile in the 60s? You having a laugh?
Well, he was also surprised. But he was surprised because he thought that her brother had done something, but he didn't. Anyway, but that whole bathtub scene, like there's a lot of nudity in the beginning and there's a lot of nudity at the end. Like it's just a whole thing. They take like a nap in the bath while Michael Pitt's weird band is playing over it, and then she's period blooding everywhere. More period blood in films.
Yeah.
Release the period blood. Give us more.
What's your top 10 movies with period blood in them?
This one. I'm trying to think of others. There's not enough period blood. Maybe I need to do another podcast.
Carrie. Yeah. That's a good one. Period blood.
We've talked about period blood before. There's been period blood on this podcast before. I can't remember though.
Oh, fuck yeah! There's one where it's just like
just period blood. Saltburn.
Shit yeah.
Saltburn.
Fuck.
That was a really good one.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
That was great. Great one.
There's also another one where I think it's like a comedy.
Well, why don't you have a think about it? And
I'll have a wee think. We've got a few though, so I don't know if we have enough to make a top 10 just yet.
Yeah, 10 is quite a lot. But we'll think about it. And the last dick scene that I wrote down is an hour 38 minutes, so really quite towards the end of the film, where they have a little sheet fort. If we didn't think that they were children enough, they make a little fort out of sheets and blankets, blanket fort, pillows, and lights, and they all get nude in there together, tangled up in limbs.
It just makes everything really filthy. It's rough, man. It's just rough. Ugh.
Yeah. That's the last one. There is no point in the movie where you wonder if you haven't seen enough penises and honestly, the entire anatomy of each of them, top to bottom. Nothing left to the imagination.
Oh, you know what we missed?
What?
The lighter fitting. The lighter fits.
Oh, I wasn't going to bring that up.
No, yeah. Well, the only reason I bring it up is because I do stuff like that. Like I see if I can get like a coaster perpendicular and stuff like that. When you do plaid patterns, it's like, yeah, I kind of do the same thing. Because I'm a fucking freak.
Good. Excellent. Well, in terms of visibility and context for this movie, there is no other rating that you can give, in my opinion, other than a top 5.
It's a golden dock.
A golden dock.
Yeah, because I'm saying the same thing too.
Yeah,
so it's
5.
just the golden dockings.
The balance is there.
Glorious.
Themes. You've got context. If these people weren't getting nude, it wouldn't make any sense. I mean, you've got there's so much of it. There's so much more than we've even talked about. It'd be impossible to do them all. It would just be a very long episode. You know, like the brother goes down the stairs outside and digs through the trash to make them a meal in a green velvet blazer with his dick out. And like, it's hilarious. The movie's actually pretty funny as well. It's dark, but it's pretty funny. But yeah, no, you've got visibility, context, theming, everything. And it's got it all, baby. It's got it all. Do you want to add anything to that?
I don't know. Obviously, a little bit of incest makes a film better.
And some gay sex would have made it a lot better.
Yeah.
Oh my God. If those boys kissed, or if those boys had sex, if they had sex with each other, 5 stars. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Because the film only gets to 4 stars from me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Same. Look at that.
Yeah. See?
Golden dock.
The golden dock.
You should make a little
explosion thing.
What's it called? What do they call them? In the radio. When they do the button.
A sound effect?
No. It's not. It's called
like
something else.
Yeah, it's like a little
like a drop.
Thing.
Not a drop.
A drop.
Do a little
fucking drop. I think I know what it's called, but I'm
drops are maybe a little
stuck
long.
In my thing.
A stinger.
Like a stinger.
Docking station.
It's really hard to do.
Okay, 4 stars, docking station, engage. We are here.
Yeah.
And definitely not queer enough.
We're like those wrestlers, who did that thing?
Too sweet?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's what that means.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us for this Bertolucci episode of covering The Dreamers.
Yeah.
I don't believe this film is streaming at the moment, but eventually it will be. You can just rent it.
But
Go buy it. There's a 4K of it that just dropped.
$45 4K that just dropped.
It's in my shopping cart, thinking about it.
We'll see if it goes down in price, but I don't know. Well, but it's worth it because it's a dick movie and it's one of the good ones. But it's still like, I don't know how many times. Yeah, I don't know how many times I'd want to watch The Dreamers. So owning it is like where you'd be in a quandary. We just want it in a nice box.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Oh, Tio.
Coming to you, running as fast as we can down the center of the Louvre. I have been Laura.
Band part.
And make sure... Oh, also, rate and review us anywhere you get your podcasts. And you can check us out on Instagram at OnTheBeat, BITTE. And we're also on Letterboxd, but not at On The Beat. You'll have to find us elsewhere. If you're curious about it, send us an email and we'll drop you the link to our Letterboxd.
Yeah, if you give a shit. That's
Or it's also on the Instagram. You can just click that little link in the bio or whatever and it'll tell you. So you can see... that we just watched.
Let's go. Come on. We're going to go see Jackass.
Yes, you can see what we rate Jackass, which is going to be 5 stars. Goodbye.